Hey guys, it's Huntin for Games, and I am back in the apartment, which means all the fun green screen stuff, the main PC, and Final Fantasy XI on my main setup. Look, I can be Thing from the Addams Family. But let's get right into the good stuff, continuing on my trek of favorite notorious monsters in Final Fantasy XI. Last time we checked, we were halfway through 21 to 30. There were a lot. I'm really excited about this one because there's some big names on this list that would be pretty hard to forget. First off, I'll touch on one of the weirdest pairs of Final Fantasy XI notorious monsters that were more of a foreshadowing for their older brothers than they were actually useful themselves. I'm talking about Ephialtes and Hippolytos. It's like Greek. I really struggle to pronounce these. Hippolytos. Anyways, they were in Deflex Tower. Some parties would occasionally camp in there to fight goblins early on, but usually the only reasons to go in there were for quests, were for missions, were for storyline. Camping a specific notorious monster. The first floor is the lamest out of all of them. There's really not much down there besides this guy and his brothers on the second floor, and that's about it. The first time I killed these guys, I thought it dropped the higher level 40 bracelets that are like 5 strength, which were much more expensive. So I was sitting there, I was like, oh my god, yes, Clem! And it was like, Gigas bracelets. Great. These guys were up like all the time because nobody even really bothered camping them. They would just check to see if he was around, maybe kill a few Gigas, and then move on. They dropped the Gigas bracelets, which honestly weren't really that great. I mean, for the level range, they were already as a swap-in piece, 3 strength, but minus 2 dex is kind of brutal for a lot of jobs that were struggling to get every little bit of accuracy they could find. Now, later on, the bigger, badder versions of these bracelets from level 40, 50, 60, 70 are incredible. I mean, you get 5 strength, 7 strength, 9 strength, and then 11. I never even had the last one, but the palace bracelets at 60, they were incredible. Still, as a swap-in piece, you'd swap it in for your strength weapon skills and blow things away, and then you take them off to equip the accuracy gear. But this first pair is just a hint of the badassery that's going to come later. Now, the other notorious monsters for those 40, 50, 60, 70 ones, those were busy. People were camping those all the time. But that's a story for another video. Bringing us to the next famous pair of notorious monsters on this list, Rampaging Ram and Lumbering Lampert. Pretty much identical monsters in Lothane Plateau and Conchette Highlands. I remember these guys being more of a my city's better than your city argument winner than anything else. Lambert is way cooler. Are you kidding? Rampaging Ram might actually be a little bigger. Have you ever seen it? To settle this right now, they're literally identical. I mean, they drop the same stuff except like slightly different named items, but they're both used for the same quest. But let's get into the gajillion reasons that these guys were actually such a pain to camp if you really needed to. First of all they drop are the Rampaging Horn and the Lumbering Horn, and I'll let you guys guess which one drops which. These items are only used for the quest Silence of the Rams. I understood that reference. Which ultimately will result in the Purple Belt, an essentially required piece of monk from levels 1, whatever you get it at. It might be like 4 or 5, I forget, until 40. The real kicker is that quest is a prerequisite for the Brown Belt quest, which was really expensive. But even more importantly, that was also a prerequisite for the Black Belt quest, which was rare exclusive for monks only, but was incredible. That quest was next to impossible and made monks depressed everywhere, but it was incredible if you managed to get it. Regardless, anyone thinking about leveling monk did this quest at some point, and anybody not thinking about it probably tried anyway because they saw how much the Brown Belt cost, and they're like, I gotta get that quest done. Spoiler, the Brown Belt quest is miserable. Not as bad as Black Belt, but still really annoying. Most people just gave up on it, including myself, but I digress. Reason number 2 that these guys died a lot. They're each a placeholder for the bigger, badder versions. Steel Fleece and Blood Tear. I think it's Blood Tear, or Blood Tear, I guess, but I don't know. So as soon as they were up, people were like, I'm waiting for the other guys. Honestly, reason number 3, they were just cool looking. If you were running along and you saw a notorious monster and was one of these guys actually shaking your screen as they walked, you were like, he must drop something incredible. They don't drop anything good, but if you really wanted their drops for the Purple Belt quest, you gotta stay focused and grab them because everybody was gonna kill them. Which finally leads us to the last reason that anyone would ever visit Valkurm Dunes. The asshole that dropped the best evasion head slot piece of gear all the way up through level 70. A piece of gear that before the rare exclusive change sold for way too much. I'd heard of this idiot within my first week of playing the game, and I've camped him countless times. I mean, he's royalty. The Valkurm Emperor. Back when you could sell the hairpin, I couldn't claim this guy to save my life. He was ridiculously popular. Safe, easy area to camp, decent drop rate at 16%, super popular and expensive gear piece. The perfect storm. Honestly though, I've really gotten super lucky with this dude. After the change to rare exclusive, I started camping him, and I got the drop on like the 3rd try. I also managed to log in a friend of mine once and camp it for him while he was like off at class and got the drop. He got back, he's like, what the hell happened? He's got a wide pop range, which makes it difficult to like guarantee a claim. And sometimes he was hours without popping, so he could be kind of annoying. And plus, it's obviously one of the busiest areas in the game. Even if most of the people in the area can't kill it, there are parties of people around that are like, we should try, and if we die, we should tell somebody to go kill it. Not that it matters, because it was claimed within like 3 seconds of being up every time anyway. That hairpin, ever since I've got it, has just been a huge staple for my leveling experience. I mean, 3 dex, 3 agility, and 10 evasion is just awesome. It's never a bad thing, and it's usable by everybody. Hell, I'm wearing it right now on my Geomancer as I leveled that up, because why not? I immediately went to try out Ninja after I first got it. I'm like, I am invincible, I cannot be hit. Made me finish leveling Thief, and it was the only thing keeping me from crippling depression because I couldn't get those damn leaping boots. God, I hate that leaping Lizzie. Even though I already have the hairpin, I had to grab him just one more time and kill him for you guys. I almost wish that it actually dropped the hairpin again though, because it would have been forced to like leave the inventory and just like drop out of the treasure pool and be like, it was lost. It would have been the most depressing thing to ever have filmed, but kind of neat. Anyways guys, that's it for this week's Notorious Monsters Big Names. Let me know in the comments what I missed from this level range and your favorite stories about camping any of the guys that talked about today. Like the video if you ever gave some poor level 10 sap as Damselfly Worm, because that's what you got off the Valkyrie Memory, but you were secretly really pissed off because you didn't get the hairpin. And definitely subscribe if you're new. I've got plenty of videos coming each week, and I really hope to see you guys back. So thanks for watching. I can't tell you how many times I've been the only guy camping the Valkyrie Emperor, and I see him on Widescam, and I go over and someone's like, he was just up. Isn't this crazy?